Check the parts list in the user's manual to be sure you have all the components and tools you require. Before you begin the installation, your gates must be in proper working condition, level and swinging freely on well-lubricated hinges. Ball-bearing hinges are better for heavy gates. Your gate leaves should be installed on fence posts that are firmly secured in the ground. Now we will demonstrate how to install the mounting hardware on your first gate. Place the post pivot bracket between the post brackets and align the centre holes. Insert the M10 bolt into the centre holes and use the diameter 10 washer and nut to secure. Do not tighten the nut all the way at this time because you will need to make adjustments later. Firstly, use a tape measure to measure an approximate distance between the post bracket and gate axle. This is referred to as distance B in the installation manual. Read the chapter Determining the Position of Mounting Hardware in the installation manual and locate the diagram which lists the data for opening angle and distance in the series. Using the chart and the distance B, find the appropriate distance for A. When both A and B are determined, your maximum gate opening angle is determined too. You may adjust your gate opening angle by selecting new distances for A and B. Use the emergency release key to unlock the opener. You can stretch or retract the moving rod by hand to pull or push the gate. Now attach the post bracket assembly and the gate bracket to the ends of the opener arm using the clevis pins and hair clip pins. Secure the clevis pins with the hair clip pins. With the gate in its open position, hold the opener arm level and temporarily clamp the post bracket assembly to the gate post and gate bracket to the gate in their approximate positions. A minimum of 1 inch of clearance between the opener and the gate in the opening positions is required. Use the carpenter's level to level the opener. Tighten the C clamp so as to fix the post bracket assembly and gate bracket. Now close the gate and determine whether you have a minimum of 1 inch clearance when the gate is closed. If not, rotate the post pivot bracket to a position that will give the required clearance, while still allowing one of the post pivot bracket holes to line up with the post bracket hole. Now, return the gate and opener to the open position and recheck the clearance in both the open and closed positions. This clearance is very important for automatic gate safety as well as for the life of your gate opener. Recheck the gate and post bracket positions and opener arm level. Mark the holes in the middle of the bracket slots so there will be some room for adjustment when permanently mounting the brackets. Remove the opener arm and brackets from the gate and fence post. Drill the holes in the fence post as marked. Use the 200mm length bolts, nuts and washers to attach the post bracket assembly. Use the 75mm length bolts, nuts and washers to attach the gate brackets. Cut off the ends of the bolts extending beyond the tightened nuts. This completes the installation of the first gate opener's hardware. If your gate opener is a dual actuator, you will need to install the second actuator on the other gate leaf in the same manner. Reattach the opener arms to the post bracket assemblies and gate brackets using the clevis pins and hairpin clips. Make sure the openers are level and adjust the post bracket assemblies as necessary. The post can be cylinder wooden columns, square wooden columns, or a concrete brick wall. For a concrete brick wall, use concrete anchors for opener installation. Open the control box by removing the 4 screws. Mount the control box to a solid surface using screws or other hardware depending on the surface. The control box should be mounted at least 3 feet above the ground and at least 3 feet from an AC power source to avoid frequency interference. Connect opener power cables by following the user's manual. Please note, the power cables are not provided with the opener. You are required to prepare power cables long enough, as well as a cable plug subject to on-site installation. Connect the power cables to the control box power input terminals and plug in. You may also contact your dealer to order the power cables. The remote control has to be programmed for operating the opener before you set the control board. In order to set the closed limit easily, you may turn over the opener and insert the manual release key again to lock the opener. There are 2 limit switches in each opener actuator. The one close to the motor is called near end switch or open limit switch. The other one, located near the moving rod, is called far end switch or closed limit switch. The near end switch comes from the factory already fixed. However, if you need to adjust it, remove the limit screw and move the switch slightly. The desired closed position is reached by adjusting the far end switch, which can be moved over a fairly large range. Now, let's begin the first adjustment. First, let's check the closed position. Oh, it's not in the desired position. Let's try again. Sometimes you have to move the limit switch and repeat the steps until you are satisfied with the closed position. Okay, now we have the desired closed position. Turn the opener over again and replace the clevis pins and hairpin clips. Press the remote control button to allow the gates to operate a full cycle. All of the data in the control board are set as an average value when the opener arrives from the factory. These settings can be adjusted as per your personal requirement. Before use, you should test the obstruction sensitivity stall force and reverse function in order to ensure the gate opener is safe to use. With proper care and maintenance, it will provide years of dependable service. Keep your user's manual for future reference. It contains maintenance information and a troubleshooting guide.